Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to do an oil change on a BMW 3 Series, the E90 model. Now before starting the actual oil change process, make sure your car is all warmed up. So have the car at least run for 5-10 minutes so the oil flows out much easier. Okay, let's go over the tools and materials required for this oil change. So we'll need pure synthetic oil. I use Mobil 1 0W40. We'll need the right oil filter. We'll need a socket wrench with a 17mm socket to remove the drain plug, and an extension will help as well. We'll need this flathead screwdriver to open the cover that hides the drain plug, and if you require, we might need an oil filter wrench, but you should be able to take it off by hand because it's right on the engine. So without further ado, let's get started. Keep in mind, to lift the car you'll also need a jack, and make sure the car's on jack stands and you safely and securely lift it up, and also have a drain pan ready. So underneath the car, the drain plug is right under this cover. We're just gonna open with the flathead like so. So as you can see right there, that's the drain plug, and we'll now open that with a 17mm socket, a socket wrench, and an extension, as it'll be easier to get in there with an extension and apply a proper grip. So it's now loose. We're just gonna spin it off. Make sure you have the grip on this bolt so it doesn't fall out into the big puddle of oil. There you go. Hey, look at my fingers. See, now that's gonna be something. Okay, camera person, please get me a rig. Okay, now as we let the car drain, we're gonna come here and take off the oil filter. So this is the oil filter. You can usually take it off by hand. If you can't, you can use one of these tools. So we'll take it off as so. There's gonna be a puddle of oil inside here, so be careful. See there, it's already draining out. That's sometimes tough dealing with that, but we'll slowly. I put a pan right here, and we're gonna gently take out the oil filter and put it right in the pan, like so. Okay, so now this is the oil filter cap. As you can see, we have an O-ring here. Here's our new one, and this is what sits inside the filter. So we'll be changing the O-ring on this as well. So if you have a pick or a very thin flathead, you should be able to take it off easily. So we're gonna take off this O-ring, and there's usually a notch right there that you can just slip this in and pull it out, like so. And now for this small O-ring, this one's usually a little harder to take out, but it's not bad. There you go. So now the new O-ring will cover in a little bit of new oil, and we'll put these back on. So now as you can see, we got the O-rings on. They're black, so they may be hard to see. Now we're just gonna assemble everything back together. So you slide this in, like so, and we take these two and let's go. Now we're gonna pop this back in. The small O-ring goes in first, and it sort of just pops in like that. We're gonna put the cap on, and as you can see, as the O-ring sits, it might be a little hard to tighten. It shouldn't be that bad. If you require assistance, you can use this tool, but if your hand's slipping, just use a cloth like this and make sure it sits fully, because if it doesn't sit, the oil will leak out of here for sure, and that's from personal experience. Now the oil has almost completed draining. Before we apply this bolt back in, this is the oil drain plug gasket or washer. It's recommended to get a new one. And then we're gonna put that on and just put it back on. Now we're almost done. The last step is to put the actual oil in. So this car uses between 6.5 and 7 liters of oil. So we're gonna go ahead and do that.